Welcoming guys into my Lions and Eagles preview for this Sunday's game on prime time, 8:15 Sunday night. And last week, week 10, obviously, the Lions got a great road win against the Commanders, 44-22. The Eagles, again, they were on prime time on Monday night. Short week for obviously it's a short week for the Eagles, but again, it was 7-10, a very defensive game. Very defensive game against Packers. Again, like I said, short week, but Packers, the Eagles were on the road like the Lions were on Sunday. So going into this, I was looking at today. The Lions sit currently in the playoff seed. We are third in the NFC playoff picture, and you've got the Eagles currently sitting at number one. So and also they are the reigning defending Super Bowl champions. So again, it is a tough task to ask, especially on the road, 8:15 on prime time Sunday night. We better we better win. We better get a good performance and a good game, because if we want a chance of trying to be a Super Bowl contending team this year, which I don't think we are anyway, but if we were going to be, we've got to start winning the games against the Eagles, because again, the Eagles have an elite offensive line. They have a fantastic elite level Super Bowl winning quarterback in Jalen Hurts. And I know there's a lot of questions about Saquon Barkley this year, that he hasn't been putting up the numbers that he was last year, and that is a concern. But you look at the other weapons they have around them. I'm not really too concerned, to be honest. When you've got AJ Brown and shit like that, like you've got a good elite level of offense going on here. So anyway, really, you look at it for the Lions side of things. We were better on the offensive line. Now again, that the offensive line was a lot better, because again, Dan Campbell was doing the offensive coordinator. He was doing the play calls on Sunday. It wasn't John Morton doing the play calls. Thank God, because I feel like this season with John Morton, it's like we don't have a vision, an idea with some of the play calls that we're doing. It's like we're giving up 10 points with the specials team, but also we have no idea what we're doing with some of these play calls. It's just not clicking together somehow. Some games it will click, and then the other games it won't. And when Dan Campbell's on the call on Sunday, everything just felt like it was last season. Everything just clicked well, and we got the job done. And then for really passing yards this year, Jared Goff is like 2,300 over 2,000 passing yards this year. He has 20 touchdowns. You've got Jahmyr Gibbs, who's had a fantastic season, 693 rushing yards. He's got 8 touchdowns so far this year. And St. Brown, especially receiving yards for Amos St. Brown, he's got 693 receiving yards and 8 touchdowns himself. And then we're 7th in the league for best, for the best offensive unit in the league. And then on the road, we're 3-2 on the road. So again, our road kind of history, we won 3, lost 2. Could be better. But then you look at the Eagles side of things. Eagles have a really good home record this year. They've won 7 and only lost 2. They've got a fantastic record. You got Jalen Hurts here, who's had a fantastic season again. He picked up from last year. Over 1,000 yards, 16 touchdowns. Saquon Barkley has not had he's not the best productivity, but he's had 579 receiving yards, rushing yards, and he's had 4 touchdowns. And then Devontae Smith. So Devontae Smith was crucial in that game against the Eagles on Monday. He's had 657 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and you look at the Eagles team. They are definitely going to be a contending team to go again, and hopefully try to retain and maybe be a dynasty. Hopefully not, but be a dynasty. Let's talk about kind of keys to. Let's talk about injuries first on the Eagles side of things. Gerard Gerard Alexander is out for personal reasons, so he's not going to be playing on Sunday. Cam Jurgens injured at center. He's questionable. I don't know. Cam Jurgens is questionable knee injury. He could play. Again, I'm recording this on a Wednesday night. He could be healthy by Friday or late Saturday. You have Miles Hilton, who again, he's out with an undisclosed injury. Johnny Wilson at wide receiver is out with a knee and ankle injury. Marcus Apps at safety is out with an undisclosed injury. So again, a couple of key players on that defensive line, on the offensive line as well, especially in the secondary and your offensive line. For the Lions side of things, what else going on here? We have, DJ Reed's out with a hamstring injury, Marcus Davenport's injured so both of our defensive end, our pass rushers are injured, and DJ Reed and Marcus Davenport. Then you're looking at Khalil Dorsey, concussion, so I don't know if he's going to be clear or not yet, but Malcolm Rodriguez is injured. You've got Teron Arnold, who's questionable. Picked up a concussion in the last game against the Commanders. Christian Mahogany, obviously he was out with a knee injury from when we was at home, the last home game we played against the Vikings. But I'm looking, especially the weakness, if you're looking for a weakness for this Eagles team, probably going to be defensively, especially with all the injuries that they have. So again, if you're the Lions, absolutely you've got to get at the Eagles in the running game. Try to get at this Eagles defense, because it is you can get at this Eagles defense, and it has been gettable this year. And then we need to start working more in the air and try to get this. Trying to get the Eagles in the air. So I know that we focus more on our game on the ground, running the ball, but we've got to focus more on going in the air and getting James Williams involved more, and Amos St. Brown involved more. Keys to victory kind of for the Eagles here. Get at the Lions defense. I think defensively we haven't got a strong secondary, so absolutely, especially with all the injuries out, try to isolate Aiden Hutchinson. He's going to be the biggest cause. Aiden Hutchinson is going to be the biggest threat for the Eagles' kind of offense on Sunday. So if you isolate him, that's your keys to victory for that. Also, the kind of keys to victory is that we've got to make sure that we kind of ground and we keep Devontae Smith quiet. He has a quiet game. We cannot have him scoring, putting conversions down and getting the ball. So we've got to stop. Absolutely, you've got to stop Devontae Smith. You've got to stop the likes of Saquon Barkley, AJ Brown. All these guys have got to be, you've got to stop them on the offensive side of things. The favorites for this, again, Eagles are heavy favorites for this Eagles heavy favorites minus 2.5. But my head says my heart says Lions win, but my head's saying no, Eagles win. I do think it's going to be a tight game. I think it is going to be one of those tight games. But you know what? I'm gonna put my balls on the table here, and I'm gonna say Lions get a win. It's not gonna be a convincing, pretty win. It's one of those ugly, last minutes of the game. So I'm going for a 27-25 Lions win. But yeah, that's my predictions for Sunday's game against the Eagles. Leave you guys' thoughts in the comments. I'll be back to do my picks. So bye guys.